Hello everyone, welcome to Maker's Gonna Learn. It's Rachel here, and today I'm going to be showing you a great informational video about how to use cut files if you are a beginner. This is going to be a great video if you're just starting out with us, if you just got a Maker's Gonna Learn membership, or you're just a little bit curious on how one downloads and uploads and uses cut files in Design Space. This is going to be a super fun video, so without further ado, let's jump into it. Okay everyone, make sure that you are logged into your account on Maker's Gonna Learn, and now we're simply going to go over here to the cut file section of the site and choose one that we want to look for. Now if you are familiar with the site, you can go over to your favorites if you have any favorited to work with, but today we're just going to be picking one to show you guys how you can create things with it. And we're just going to click cut files here, and we're just going to go to view all. And here you can see a ton of awesome little cut files here. And I think this one titled Welcome to Our Home would be super cute to use today. So I'm just going to click that download button here. It's right next to the little heart where you can favorite your cut files. We're just going to download this. And you can see it pop up on our screen here. And all you're going to do is click that. And it's going to open up a folder here. You're just going to open up that folder, and now you're going to take the SVG here. We'll talk about in another video the difference between SVGs and PNGs and when to use one or the other and things like that. But now we're going to drag our SVG. I'm going to drag it and just put it in my desktop here. So here you can see that I've kind of moved over my screen a little bit, and I'll put that right here. So now we know where that's at. So I'm going to move my screen back. And now what you're going to do is go ahead and open up Design Space. So we've already opened it up here, and we're going to click New Project. And now we're going to click over here on the left side of the screen. You can see New, Template, Projects, Images, Text, Shapes, and Upload. We're going to click Upload, and we're going to click Upload Image. And now we're going to move our screen over a little bit to peep our little SVG, and now we're going to just drag our SVG into the drop down there. And now you can see you can name it, and this one is already named Welcome to Our Home. So now we're just going to click Save down there at the bottom right. And now you can see your image right here in your recently uploaded images. So after you've selected it, it will have a green little border around it. And now you can go to the bottom right screen and click Insert Image. And as you can see, it's very large here, and you can go down to the bottom left of your screen and click down on the plus and minus here, or if you don't want to do that, if you like it this large, you can just downsize the file itself. So a great tip I have for you guys now when sizing files like this is to measure what you're going to put it on. So this Welcome to Our Home, this would be great on a doormat, it would be great on a sign. So one thing you could do if you have a sign here is enter in your sign dimensions. So let's say that our sign is 14 inches wide. So a great tip too is to go ahead and get you a square. So we're going to scroll up and grab our square here, and we're going to go up here to size, and we're going to unlock that little button here. So it's locked, and we're going to unlock that. So let's say our sign is 14 inches wide by 8 inches high. So now that you have, it's kind of like a template for your sign here. You can go up here to the color, and we can change that color just so it's a little bit easier to see. And now this is a great way to size your project in Design Space. So now you can see that it's wanting to go behind there. Well, how do you get that up in front? So there's two ways you can do it. You can go over here to the Layers panel, and you can grab this layer and drag it up over the other layer. And now you can see you can drag it right here. Or if you don't want to do that, let me drag this back down and show you. Or you can go up here to Arrange and click Send to Front, and that will do that for you as well. So now that you have a template of your sign, which is your big gray square, you can go ahead and put your cut file in here and size it to your liking, however you want it to be on that sign. Or you can simply measure your sign dimensions and then size them accordingly to your cut file. So either is fine. Just make sure that you leave some room for some extra space on the sides there, because you don't want your SVG going, like this from one side of the sign to the other. You do want there to be some room in between your vinyl and the sign. So definitely put that in mind. But if you don't want that, you do not have to have that. And again, you can measure your sign physically and then put just size your cut file accordingly as well. So it is really that easy to work with cut files in Design Space. Another great tip is if your frame that you're using is a little bit taller than it is wide or something like that, definitely think about using fonts. And you can also distort the image a little bit by clicking that unlock button here. You can see I'm unlocking that, and you can make it a little bit longer than wide, as you can see that I'm doing there. And I'm just pulling this little green circle here with the 3 little arrows, so you can pull it way longer. If you have, like I said, a smaller sign, you can, pull it a little bit longer. But do be aware that they do get a little distorted, like I mentioned. So if you pulled it like this, okay, you can't even read it barely. You can read "Welcome to Our," and then if you make it super wide, it's just a little distorted. So there is a happy medium, to definitely use this for. Like we're getting a little wonky now, but definitely just feel it out. It depends greatly on the frame you're using and things like that. But that is just a really, really great little tutorial on how to work with cut files for beginners. I hope that you are more confident with working with cut files now. Welcome to Maker's Gonna Learn. If you are just tuning in, we are so excited to have you here, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, guys. If you want to see more about Maker's Gonna Learn, or if you haven't joined yet and you want to get access to over 2,000 more cut files, over 300 more fonts, and so much more awesome stuff, click the link in the description below. But I was so happy to give you guys this video, and I hope it really, really helped in your die cutting journey. Thanks, guys.